Welcome to Custom Carnage 4 in our special kickoff show, where tonight we're going to have ourselves an exhibition match with the 14 cars that did not make it in. It's going to be a ladder match here, folks. And you can see it is Ella and Winston sitting at the top of that ladder. Can they stay up there or will they be knocked off? As we've got 14 cars and some of them just missed out on making the field of 64. And I do mean just missed out. But let's head up to the top of the Comitel and let's find out who's going to be sitting at the top of that ladder when we're done tonight. To kick us off tonight, we got Jay Lane from Stop Clock Racing in his El Camino. Will be taking on King Jester in his panel truck. And we're off with our first rung of the ladder, and it's King Jester that jumps out to a huge lead. Can he hold on to it, folks? All he's got to do is keep this thing on the track, because it sure does look like Jay Lane here is out for a Sunday cruise, but that's alright. There's nothing on the line here. We're just having a little fun. And it will be King Jester moving up the ladder. Now King Jester moves on to take on Jonathan E. from SFTC Racing in the 2012 Corvette. Alright, here we go, folks. The higher seed always gets the inside lane. And it ain't going to look like it's going to be much of an advantage here to him as King Jester is out front here, folks. Oh, King Jester rolls it over. Oh, Jonathan, he's going to have this thing easy, folks. All he's got to do is keep it on the track. And he'll be challenging for the next spot, and he will. Well, this will be interesting. It's going to be running mate versus running mate, as it will be Jonathan E. moving on to take on his running mate, Moon Pie from SFTC. She's also in a Corvette. As you know, the higher seat sits on the inside. Here we go, folks. And it is Moon Pie that takes that lead. I mean, Jonathan E. that takes the lead. Oh, Jonathan E. gets messed up. And Moon Pie trying to make a move. Jonathan E. is messed up again. Here comes Moon Pie. This is going to be a good close race, though, folks, as it will be Jonathan E. taking it. Jonathan E. was our first lower seed to move up. Now he's got to move up 2 spots to take on Iron Poet from Hardcore Poetic Racing in the 2012 Pagani. It is Iron Poet sitting on the inside, and they are off. It is Jonathan Eames lead, but here comes Iron Poet swarming past him there, folks. It gets just a little bit loose, and it's going to be a tight little race here, as it is going to be Iron Poet out front. If he can just keep it on the track, it will be Iron Poet defending. As Iron Poet was able to defend his spot, he will now be taking on Fifi from Stop Clock Racing in the GT Racer. Alright, moving right along there, back up at the top of the Comitel, and we are off. It is Iron Poet out to a bit of a lead. And no, Fifi's going to take over that lead in a nice tight fight down that first straightaway. And here comes Iron Poet trying to make a move here on Fifi. Coming down to the end, it will be Fifi defending. Alright, Fifi will now be moving up to take on Bolo Brown from Miniature Car Racing in the 2022 Brick and Mortar. Due to the way his car performed in time trials, Bolo Brown has decided to race this thing backwards, folks, as he's falling behind. Now he's got that lead. Well, he's pretty good here backwards. He's got this thing going on here. He's got a nice lead coming down here. Oh, he rolls it over in the slingshot. Never mind. It will be Fifi. Fifi's moving on up now to take on Nitro Z from Maniac Motorsports in the Honda Civic. All right, let's see if Fifi can keep this thing going, or Nitro Z is going to send her packing. And it is Fifi out to a bit of a lead. She's got a nice lead coming here into that Armageddon corner. Gets a little bit loose, but she's still got it under control here, folks. It looks like she is going to be winning 3 in a row. Fifi will now be challenging Stray Dog from Kamikaze Racing in the 2010 Boulevard Bruiser. Fifi's the only driver to move up 3 rungs so far. Can she hold off Stray Dog? She's going to put in a block on Stray Dog right off the bat on that first straight. So now she's got the lead. That looks like that's going to work out real good for her. A little bit of defense is always a good offense. Coming down here to the end. Oh, she's up on the side. Fifi is off. Kamikaze with the win. This was Fifi's race to lose, and she did. She gets up there on that killer straight, gets up on the side, and by the time she gets off, Stray Dog's done got it past her. Stray Dog with his lucky breaks now going to be taking on Abby Normal from Abnormal Speed Racing in a Corvette. What kind of craziness are we going to have this time, folks? Is it is Stray Dog with just a bit of a lead there and a tight battle coming up down. Oh, looky there, Abby Normal got pushed over on the side. She's falling way behind here, folks. Is Stray Dog's going to have this easy if he can keep it on the track? That's been a real question tonight, and he does take it. Alright, Stray Dog will now be taking on Rosie from 409 Diecast Racing in the Jaguar XE Project 8. Here we go, folks. And they are off. It is Stray Dog got to a bit of a lead, but no, Rosie takes over that lead. We've got some back and forth action down that first straight up there, folks. As it is Rosie out to a huge lead here. If she can just keep it on the track here at that killer straight, and it will be Rosie. We are getting closer to reaching the top of that ladder, folks, as Rosie will now be taking on Beefus from Hardcore Poetic Racing in a Bully Goat. Will Rosie move on, or will Beefus defend his spot? We are to find out now, as it is Rosie out to a bit of lead, but here comes Beefus trying to make a move. I don't think he's able to do it right here, folks, but he's going to come down here into that slingshot. He's starting to pull further behind now here, and it looks like it is going to be Rosie moving on. Rosie's next opponent is Whosoever Will from Triple Cross Racers in the 2007 Nitro Door Slammer. Alright, let's see how this one plays out. They are off. It is Rosie out to a bit of a lead in. Oh, she just slammed the door shut on that Nitro Door Slammer. Whosoever Will is out. If Rosie can just keep it on the track here on that killer straight, she's moving on to the top two. Alright, up next we got Rosie taking on My Mom from Rihanna 21 Racing in the Aston Martin Vulcan. The winner of this race will be moving on to take on the top run driver so far. Oh, looky there. Once again, Rosie goes defensive. That's worked for her a couple times here tonight. And she is being a smart driver here, folks. Coming down here to the end, it will be Rosie moving on to that final match. Rosie has climbed all the way up to the top of the ladder to take on our top run driver. It is Ella and Winston from MWAI Racing. Alright, folks, this is it. The winner of this match will be our top run in our exhibition tournament here for Custom Carnage 4, as it is Ella and Winston out front in a nice battle here, folks. Coming down here to the end, it will be Ella and Winston. Congratulations to Ella and Winston from MWAI Racing. Driving that purple haze, came in the number 65, the top seated car here in our ladder matches. They are our top run winners of Custom Carnage 4. I tell you what, folks, this was a blast doing this little ladder match, getting us all nice and warmed up for the main event coming up here in just a few short days as we get that kicked off and going. As we close out our show, folks, I want to thank each and every one of these drivers you've seen here tonight for coming and joining us, letting us have a little fun racing their cars down the old Comintel Raceway as we get ready for Custom Carnage 4. I'd like to also thank each and every one you see here on the screen for making this channel possible. Without them, this thing would not be happening, folks, and it would not be happening without each and every one of you out there tuning in. I tell you what, folks, make sure you say a kind word to somebody and brighten up their day. Until next time, race fans, happy racing. We'll see you back here for Custom Carnage.